Hi everyone, Brandon here from Power Metal Point, and I am sitting here with Uli Jon Roth, formerly of the Scorpions. Uli, known as the master of the Sky guitar, and you can see here he's sitting with a Sky guitar. So just come on over here, just get a nice close-up of this guitar. So I don't think I've ever seen a guitar with this many knobs on it.
No, that's new. So that's the latest edition.
Now, what I understand now with the Sky guitar, you can actually control part of the amp with it. Like, are there amp settings?
I can control pretty much everything, but not the amp settings. But I've got a very sophisticated pickup system here. There's a pickup underneath the fretboard.
Oh, there's a pickup
right
under
here,
there.
and there's one here, and this is like a 5-way system which can do pretty much anything. It's got 100 dB output, so what I tend to do is I play on the clean channel and I'm controlling the gain from the guitar rather than any gadgets or preamp.
Right.
And it sounds much better that way. Then I've got 3-band EQ plus minus 20 dB, and it works. Also, I can change the magnetic field of each pickup from a very powerful humbucker to a complete single coil, so that's what that does.
Is it just one extreme to the other, or do you actually have like fine tuning controls?
No, that is one extreme to the other, and that's good enough. It's just two completely different animals here in this guitar. It's a hybrid, and these knobs are basically, I've got onboard delay.
Mm-hmm. So you can actually control your delay and everything right from your guitar.
These 3 are delay. Those 2 are looper. So I can
what's Lupa?
Basically I can record what I'm playing.
Oh, a loop. Oh, a looper. Okay, gotcha.
And then I can play it back, And I've got a tuning system.
Oh, right there, right in the back. Okay.
Because who wants to tune by hand,
Well, that's it. No, it's funny because I see you live just sitting there tuning, and it's like I thought you were sitting there using like a pedal, but no.
No,
right?
no.
It's a is that a true tuner?
No, it's tronical,
Oh, it's a tronical.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you're on tour promoting the latest album, Tokyo Tapes Revisit. The latest DVD. So live DVD, and it comes with a CD as well. Now tell me about the band, because I know tonight we're sitting here in Toronto, by the way, at the Rock Pile. Uli just finished playing. So the band, I think, it's everybody but Nathan James and Ulla Ritgen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same band that was on the DVD, but not all of them.
Now tell me about, because I know on your last tour you had John West singing for you. Did every tour do you try to change things up, or is it just who's available?
Well, partially this, partially that. There's all sorts of reasons that go into it. And on this tour we decided to keep it a little smaller. And actually we're benefiting from that because our stage sound is it's more easily controllable. Sometimes when you play on club stages, if you have too many people on stages, it gets a little crowded.
Right.
Also sonically, because everybody needs their monitor, etc. So I actually really enjoy this tour a lot.
Now I saw you last night in Detroit as well. Now you mentioned during the show, I had no idea about this, but on bass was supposed to be Elliot, who was the owner of Dean Guitars. He played, I saw him with Uli 2 tours ago on the Extreme Guitar.
And he was also here at the Rock Pile with me.
And he was...
Yep. Now Elliot was one of my best friends. We are actually very close, and it's a complete tragedy. He just died last month. It was a long-standing illness, which we knew there was no way out, But in October, when this was planned, we still thought that Elliot would be part of this. But he had like a brain tumor, and then everything went very quickly. And then we had already ordered our visas, and then I thought, well, this is not going to happen, So I asked Nicholas.
Nicholas,
one of our 3 guitar players, including me with 3 guitar players. So Nicholas handled the bass and the vocals, and I knew he could do it because we had an emergency situation in Germany once where we had to play a festival and the bass player couldn't make it. So I said, okay, you're going to be Paul McCartney and Sting and Roger Waters now, and he said, all right, get your bass and learn it. the thing, you know, and he did, and he's doing great, you know. In fact, I'm really enjoying it. You know?
Yeah, it's been really cool.
Although
Yep.
I do miss Elliot on the bus and on stage, because Elliot was the coolest guy, you know. And
He was.
He was so nice
I
to
met
have
him
him on the
yeah.
tour. Always so constructive, you know. Whenever anything went wrong, he would sort it out. People would come to him with their problems, and he would just be like a big daddy to all. You know, I really loved that. It was great.
So he was just one of those guys you can depend on just to kind of run the show almost, really.
Dependable and such a good friend, you know.
And a really solid bass player, and that's an important thing.
That guy could play, absolutely. That was just a gravy, you know.
So tell me about now, you know, one part of rock history that kind of gets glossed over is your brother Zeno.
Yeah.
Because tell me about this, correct me if I'm wrong, he, in the mid-'80s, like he kind of, you know, your band Electric Sun kind of broke up, and he took Uli at least.
No, I wasn't quite like that. Uli joined Zeno before Electric Sun started.
Oh, it was before Electric Sun, okay.
It was during Beyond the Astral Skies, really, which was the last album I did with Electric Sun. So all this was happening in '84, you know, and my brother Zeno, they recorded this remarkable album, Zeno.
Self-titled in 1986.
Yeah, and they did some stuff afterwards. There were a lot of company politics with big record companies, lots of money, etc. was spent on this, you know, and somehow the whole thing didn't go as far as it should have gone, or could have gone, on the strength of the music, because the music was pretty phenomenal.
Pretty phenomenal,
Great
yes.
songwriting, great playing, great vocals, etc. with Michael Flexey.
Yeah.
But I basically think it was kind of messed up by the record company almost. You know, it seems like a cliche to blame the record company. I normally never do.
Yeah.
But in that case, I probably do. Although the band had their fair share. Nobody was ready for this level of exposure, you know, because suddenly they were hyped as the new superstars, and they didn't have they hadn't done the legwork yet to, you know, to withstand all these pressures.
Right.
So it was the thing was too big for anybody at that time, you know, but it could have been massive, and the talent was there.
Of course. Yeah. Now correct me. They signed, I think it was $1 million record deal.
It was huge. It was the biggest pounds. £1 million. That's a lot more money.
£1 million. Oh my
yeah, they
goodness.
were the biggest newcomer deal that EMI ever sold. And I remember it because I was there. I mean, once they did their little demo, which was done in a small studio in Hamburg.
Demo.
Absolutely. Every single record company on the planet wanted to have this band, and they were all outbidding each other. I mean, all the majors, you know, and it was like so strange. It was a really bizarre situation, you know. And somehow the pressure got to everybody, the management, the band, the record companies. Nobody was able to handle it in the end anymore, you know. Maybe it would have been better to keep it all a little bit slower and smaller and to build it up properly. And they never had that chance, you know. So that's I think why it didn't become the success that it could have been.
Right. And now, is Zeno still active in music at all?
He's becoming active again. He went through a period with some health problems, but he's becoming active, and he's intending to be active, and he can still write. You know, he's still a real, very gifted artist and musician. His lyrics are phenomenal. You know? As is his songwriting. But he went through a rough patch, and the problem is he's not really so cut out for this kind of job like I am, you know. I can be on tour in the studio. He's like super sensitive, and you know, to kind of be on the road like that, you need to almost be able to develop a thick skin and just roll with the punches, you know.
Yeah, you need an iron constitution.
Yeah, you need an iron constitution. He's not necessarily like that, you know. So we shall see, you know. But he doesn't need to tour. I wish he would just crank out the next album, and I think he may, you know.
Oh, that's perfect. That's great.
It's in a pretty good state right now.
Now, as far as just one more quick question, what do you have on the horizon? I've heard you're working on a new rock album now?
I've
or two things. Are you doing a rock album and a symphonic?
I've written actually enough stuff for 2 albums, you know, but and I want to record. The thing is that I'm not one of these guys who just goes and walks into the studio and there's the album like 2 weeks later. You know, I take it very seriously. I'm usually never really happy with the result because I don't really like studio recording. So it's a struggle for me, you know, and I'm always fighting tooth and nail to make it so that I'm really happy at the end, you know. That's why I take a long time over these things. But I've written quite a lot of stuff that I'm really comfortable with and confident about. So we shall see. I'll try to do some this year, you know, but I can't give any release dates. We're going to do that on one hand, and the other thing is we're touring a lot at the moment, and our next plan for next year is probably to do the pendant symmetrical to the Scorpions Revisited. I want to do Electric Sun Revisited.
Oh, I love that idea.
Because we've got 3 albums, and there's a lot of questions that I want to answer with that. Because to me that was an interesting period to me personally, and I know there were a lot of fans also, particularly in America, and also Japan and France. So that would be interesting, you know, to go back and see what we can do with these albums and play them live, because that music has not, or most of that music has not been played live since 40 years. You know.
Right. No, I know.
Yeah.
Tonight you did Just Another Rainbow.
We did one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that always we're doing that on this tour, and it's almost like a teaser, and I can see that it works just as well as the Scorpion stuff.
Of course.
Know?
I mean, it
fits right
blends
in.
perfectly. Yeah.
It fits right in. So if we spend some time with that material and dial in every song correctly and find the key to play it live in a very convincing way, then yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Right, because that was very much the Scorpions Revisited. Was a very live kind of environment.
Absolutely.
It was kind of like a live album in a studio.
Absolutely.
So you want to do that with
well, I know
Electric Sun
we'll first do
Revisited.
a tour, and during the tour, every night you get a different kind of angle on these songs. I like experimenting, you know. I don't like to play them the same way, but you fine-tune it on tour. It's nice, and the audience is part of it. You're actually fine-tuning it with the audience. You know, how cool is that?
Of course, you can gauge reactions right there. Does this work? There's 100 people to tell you if it does.
And it's not just the reactions, it's also they bring something to the table that you don't have in the studio. You can feel it when you're on the stage, you know, and it lifts you up. It helps you to make it extra special, you know. So I like it. I like that kind of process.
Okay, well, that was Uli Jon Roth, formerly the Scorpions, doing his Tokyo Tapes Revisited tour. Try and catch him if you can catch the rest of the tour in North America. Otherwise, he'll be touring Europe later this summer. And look for the Electric Sun Revisited coming out. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'm out. Uli, thanks so much.
Thank you.